Hello YouTube, here's my Zippo hand warmer. I know obviously there's various reviews. There's a Zippo how to light your hand warmer review. People have been over it before, but I want to talk about some of the pitfalls and also some of the tips and tricks that I found with it. The first one I had, I couldn't get it to light. I took it back to the shop and it was deemed that there was a faulty catalyst, so they replaced that free of charge, even though the warranty says it's not warranted, but the shop couldn't get it to light either. The other thing I found is that the funnel supplied, I've never ever managed to get the fluid in without making a mess. I found it easier just to squirt it in out the can. Obviously this isn't recommended for filling it correctly, but that's the way I found it. The other thing I found is the wadding inside. If you compress it down too much with the nozzle, you can gently pull it back towards the grill on the fuel tank and you get better performance. The other thing with it is that when you light it, obviously it relies on the catalyst burning the fuel, and if you go straight outside, I've found that it doesn't always get enough heat into it, and it will go out. So what I find is I generally like to light it, have it heated and ready to go, and when it's warm put it in my pocket and take it with me. The other thing to mention is obviously if you've got something like a road workers safety fluorescent jacket, that obviously these are not breathable and it needs air, otherwise you'll extinguish it. The other thing I've found is that it generally, if you keep it in the pouch and I pull it out slightly, you can get some decent heat out of it. Okay, here we have it in its pouch. I expect quite a lot of people don't like the Zippo lighters because of the smell and obviously the fact that they can be inconvenient. One thing I've found with the catalyst on this, it tends to smell a bit like WD-40. It's very low odour. It doesn't smell like the Zippo lighter where it's strong and gives you a headache. It's just very, very slight. It's noticeable if you go looking for it, but it's nowhere near as bad as obviously when you're lighting a Zippo lighter, you can smell the Zippo fluid. I found it to be quite cheap to run. They reckon that the catalyst will last anywhere between 70 to 80 uses with an average of 12 hours time, so they're not expensive really.